I am getting ready to get online here with a client, a coaching client. And as you can see, the glam life of an online coach here, super glamorous right now. But for those of you who don't know me already, I am Coach BK. I am the coach that's all about teaching you how to eat the foods that you love and still lose weight. So this is a lifestyle, it is not a diet, and that is my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. But today what I wanted to share with you, because it just dawned on me, so I'm sitting here getting ready to meet with my client. She is starting the Carb Solution Threshold, and I wanted to share this with you because I think that oftentimes as us coaches, that we forget that a lot of times we're throwing these words around and truly, people are like, what the heck does that mean? Like, what is a carb, threshold? Why do I care? Why is it important? So I'm here to share with you why it's important. Okay, so I'm gonna back it up a little bit. Think about either you or you probably know someone, we at least know someone who has struggled with weight loss, right? There are people that we know that have struggled with weight loss. Or maybe they've lost a lot of weight and then it hit a plateau, just sort of stopped, no more results, doing exactly what they were doing, and they previously lost 30, 40 or more pounds. Then all of a sudden, nothing. Everything comes to this screeching halt, just stops. Or we have people that we know that, and you may be some of these types of people where you can eat a ton of carbs, go to bed, the next day you wake up and you're just as lean, just what you were the day before, no problem at all, right? And then there's some of us who look at carbs and blow up, right? We're all different. The way we metabolize is completely different. So it's truly more than just calories in and calories out, right? So there is the ratio as far as what we're eating in those calories makes a difference for everyone. So if you think about really fundamentally, we talk about macros, we talk about how we combine our protein, carbs, and fat. So like when I'm talking about protein, things like, chicken, fish, tofu, turkey, things like that, protein, right? And then carbs, things like rice, pasta, bread, desserts, things like that. Those are carbs that I'm referring to. And then fat, things like, could be avocado, butter, oils, things of that matter. So what I'm trying to share with you is that it's more than just calories in and calories out. There is a ratio that each of us metabolizes at its optimum. So how I eat and the ratios that I eat my macros at is different from how you may. And so the reason I want to share this with you is that, the coaching methodology that I share with my clients, that I teach my clients, it's truly all about how to combine these macros, how to combine our proteins, how to combine what we refer to as fast carbs. So fast carbs meaning, like I said, the rice, bread, pasta, tortillas, things like that. It also includes beverages like sodas, wine, beer, and then also how we combine our slow carbs. So slow carbs are things like, our certain kinds of vegetables, certain berries like blackberries, things like that. So just to give you an idea, it's all about how we combine our food, and we combine it in a way that creates a fat burning combination, meaning that we're not spiking our blood sugar too high. We're just keeping it in this sweet spot that keeps our bodies running. Now, what I want you to think about, and when we talk about this carb threshold, is that everyone is a little different, right? So like I said at the very beginning of this live, I said, well, there can be people, and you probably know them, that can eat a ton of carbs and they can still maintain, if not lose weight. And then there are some of us who have just a few carbs, it seems like, and we feel like we're starving ourselves and we just blow up. Well, that means that our carb threshold is totally different, meaning that the amount of carbs that I have versus you, or you versus someone else, is really different as far as how you optimize your weight loss and your fat loss. And so I'm sitting down here ready to get to sit down with my client, actually be online with my client, and she started her whole progress to learn her carb threshold. And so what this process is, it's taking my coaching one step further. So my coaching that I do with my clients is basically teaching them, I teach them this methodology of how to combine foods, how to combine those macros that I told you about, the fat, protein, and the carbs, how to combine that in a fat burning way. But then we've taken it a step further because oftentimes, like I said, you might reach a plateau. You might struggle. All of a sudden, all that good work that you were doing, it's not quite there. You're not getting it. So we have to look at you a little bit more closer. And so that's what we're doing today, is where we've taken her data. So her data happens to be her body fat or her body composition. We've taken her blood sugar levels for 3 days, and a few other markers. And what we've done is we found her carb threshold index. So that is her number, meaning I can now pinpoint for her exactly how many carbs she can eat and still, lose weight and stay on track. So that's why it's so important to find out what yours is, because it's different for everyone, and it changes. And so our goal is we're going to start at a certain number, whatever number her is, or whatever number that she has is, that's where we're starting. But for the next 28 days, she will be prescribed a very specific nutrition plan from me. And it will basically, we're going to work towards raising that index as high as possible, because we want to get her to be able to eat the most amount of carbs for her and still lose weight and excess fat. So hopefully that makes sense as far as why that is so important, because it is so important, because a lot of us are just kind of feeling our way in the dark with respect to how to eat, what to eat, and if we're doing it right. And a lot of times we often mistake just overall weight loss with just optimum health. And what I want to share with you too is the fact that measuring more than just weight is important. It's always about measuring your body composition, because you want to know body composition as far as what your lean body mass is versus your fat, your percent fat. So we want to be losing the right kind of weight. We want to be losing the fat mass, not your lean body mass. And oftentimes, if you're just measuring that on a scale, you just don't know. And if you're losing that very valuable lean body mass, that's not a good thing. We want to make sure we're maintaining that, if not building it, and then losing the right kind of weight. And by doing this carb threshold program, I'm able to still track her body composition and get very specific with respect to how she needs to eat and drop that excess fat and body weight. So that is a little bit about this whole program. I wanted to share with you that because I think that, like I said, a lot of times people, they're just struggling, they're guessing, like how many carbs or what should I eat? And I think a lot of people struggle with that, and you really don't have to. It is such a freeing thing when you realize how you can eat for yourself and how you can still enjoy all those foods in a very smart way. Right? You eat the way it works for your body and not what you may think. And I'm going to share with you also one more thing. Coming from the bodybuilding world, obviously, to get ready to to step on stage, walk across the stage in very minimal clothing. Obviously, the protocol for that is pretty extreme. That's not a lifestyle type of thing. I mean, what I've learned from that as far as the exercise part, as far as how the nutrition goes, very valuable, and what I can share with my clients now, but it's not a lifestyle type situation. But what I can share with you is the fact that being able to take away the guesswork and feeling sort of confined to certain foods, like getting rid of all that is such a freeing thing, because I've been on both sides. I've been on just regular lifestyle. I've been a competitor. I'm a coach now, and I'm telling you, there is nothing else like this program as far as really giving someone, meeting them where they are, meaning that what you love to eat, where you like to eat dinner, if you go out with friends, having that ability to still do that and then eat for yourself, where you're maximizing your fitness and your health goals and still enjoying, that's huge. Because most of the times it's either or, right? You feel like I'm either totally off track and just winging it, which I think a lot of people do, or they're so restrictive, they're on this hardcore diet that they feel like they can't even live. And then you know what happens with that is that it's so short term, 3-4 weeks, maybe a little more, but then eventually you fall off because that's not how you live. Like that's not a lifestyle. That is a short term diet. And so when I'm coaching, even with this carb threshold index and solution program, this is a lifestyle. So I'm actually teaching people a lifestyle, how they incorporate all those foods they love in just a smart manner. And that's truly, truly what it is. And that's why it's so important. Get rid of that guessing, kick that to the curb. Get rid of the thought of just calories in, calories out. There actually is a difference as far as how you combine those ratios of your macros, and also making sure that you're tracking the right kind of weight. It's all really important. And you guys, your health is worth it, right? This is the only body we have. We're going to take care of it. So I want to share that with you. I want to try as much as possible to share the information that I will be sharing with this client here coming up soon. And the work that she's going to be putting in for the next 28 days. But I'm telling you, it's going to be so worth it. She's going to be happy that she did it and what she's going to find out about herself. So we have her starting off index. I'm not going to share it with you, but we do have her starting index number, and we're going to work our way throughout the next 28 days to get it up so that she can, still enjoy those carbs in a smart manner. So if you have any questions about anything that I said, feel free. This is my coaching page. Feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer. I did list my email there. If you want to find out more, just shoot me an email. And I have something I can share with you as far as just an overview of what the whole carb solution threshold is. It gives you a good summary of what it looks like. There's some graphics there that can help you understand the difference in between, or the difference if you have a low index number, meaning that you are resistant, or a higher index number, or kind of a medium number. It'll give you that range. Now, the only way that you can find out that number, though, is to go through the program. But at least this will give you an overview of what I'm looking at, what we're working with, and that it's not scary. All right, guys. So look, I've got my laptop ready to go. I'm ready for her. We're gonna kick off. And like I said, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to get to it. The glam life of the online coach. So, all right, guys, happy Friday, and have a great weekend. If I don't see you before then, or before this weekend's over, have a great weekend. Coach BK is out. Mwah.